I hate how I can feel the propaganda of the Kamala campaign working on me. Because part of me is like, yes, queen, per Brat Summer, Kamala Harris. And then I'm like, oh my god, that's a politician, actually. That's the vice president of the United States. Like, I'm still gonna vote for her, but I don't like feeling like I want to vote for her.
Yes, queen. How's your Brat Summer going?
Way to admit that you don't have a brain.
What? Is your Brat Summer going well? Coconuts? Whatever the meme. There's a coconut meme. Do you even know about that meme?
No.
I didn't even get it. I honestly don't. I think that video was a perfect example of this tweet. A Democrat knows when a meme works because there's an article in the New York Times the same day the meme began with the title, "This meme is working." The left is winning the meme war. After a few sluggish years under President Biden, liberal social media creators are seeing their messages resonate as Kamala Harris campaigns for the White House. And there's laughing Kamala with, of course, some palm trees. And the color green, for some reason, is now being associated with her. There's some sort of, I don't know. I didn't even know where the brat thing originated. That's how, like, forced this is. Well, I mean, when you look at that, you see this woman, she's supposed to be some sort of leftist who's, like, resisting the power. You know, she's not, that young woman in the TikTok is not a mainstream leftist. Or at least she thought she wasn't until she can't help herself saying it's slay queen whenever she sees Kamala Harris. She's just been perfectly programmed. So, I mean, this really goes to show the left is not opposing anything. Like, any part of the left is not genuine opposition. The left is controlled opposition, and it is merely a tool of the status quo. And all of their memes are fake and unoriginal, and it's just becoming painfully obvious. Like, Kamala's got to be like she's like Hillary 2.0. She's somehow, like, worse and faker than Hillary Clinton was. See, look at this. Cover of New York Magazine. Have you ever seen something so fake and manufactured as the excitement over Kamala? The New Yorker. Of course, and she's sitting on top of a giant coconut. Like, you can't make this stuff up. In a matter of days, the Democratic Party discovered its future was actually in the White House all along. And this just comes as so disingenuous because she wasn't even favored some months ago. Look at this, March 2024 from the Washington Post. For the country's sake, Vice President Harris should step aside. You know, they're making some different calculations back in March, some different political calculations. And then suddenly that changed on a dime.
If one is to assume that Biden has been mentally incompetent for a while, then Harris's performance as essentially the stand-in president has been pretty poor.
And it's going to be she isn't, again, the official candidate yet, even though she's been anointed as one.
She will.
Yeah, but if and when that finally happens and she chooses her VP, it'll be so easy to just staple the Biden presidency to her.
It'll have to be a male. 2 women will not win in this country. I doubt a woman will even win. We saw how Hillary Clinton was, and she was a much more popular candidate than Kamala Harris.
Yeah. April 26, 2024, a CNN roundtable discusses how Kamala Harris may actually be dragging Biden down in his bid for re-election. They discuss the fact that people don't like her, including swing voters, and that her voice is annoying. She is the definition of, like, a shrill woman, you know? She's just fundamentally annoying. And now they're like trying to, like, meme her into being some sort of icon. It's ridiculous. Here's another one. Exasperation and dysfunction inside Kamala Harris's frustrating start as vice president. Many more such articles before media suddenly made Kamala the saint. Columnists call for Biden to drop Harris, pick new running mate. Opinion how Joe Biden should solve the Kamala Harris conundrum. Who is Biden's running mate? Kamala Harris. If Biden runs again, he should pick a new VP. This person said, I would really like to know how it is possible that Kamala Harris went from the most unpopular VP ever to a cult of personality quite literally from one day to the next. And does it have any effect in real life? I would certainly prefer her to Trump, but this sudden explosion is most odd. Almost there. Historic flood of cash pours into Harris campaign and allied groups. Democrats reported raising more than $250 million since Biden announced he was leaving the presidential race and endorsed Harris.
Now you know!
Wasn't that like a week and a half ago at this point? Like $250 in $250 million in that window of time. You think the support for her is real or fake?
It's definitely fake, and just because you see a couple of probably paid Zoomers supporting her on TikTok does not mean that she is a majority favorite in the country by any means.
You don't think your mother and your sister are brainwashed enough into supporting her?
No, I'm sure they are. But there's plenty of other people's mothers who also would support her.
Well, do you think they're brainwashed enough into actually liking her?
I'm not sure.
I mean, they'll probably vote for her regardless, but like actually being excited for Brat.
Hard to stoop that low.
Yeah, okay, so they're not excited for their Brat summer.
Again, I'm not even sure what that means. I'm not sure if anyone over the age of 22 knows what that means.
That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
Are we already old? Did she just create a meme for Gen Alpha that we don't understand? I guess this is just what politics looks like when millennial women are slowly but surely gaining political clout, and more things will be directed towards them and their sensibilities and things like that. Because this next video is a series of clips from the TikTok account of that woman who was one of the first speakers at the largest Zoom meeting in history of guilty white women who need to support Harris.
Oh no, catch a bubble, Uncle Norm. I think you said an inside thought out loud. Huh, is him wearing nail polish a big problem or a little problem? Oh no, does it hurt your body or your heart? Oh my goodness, is he putting the nail polish on your hand? Is he saying, I have nail polish and you don't? Oh, macaroni cheese, everybody freeze. Uncle Don, no one wants to take your gas stove. No, friend, they just want you to know about your gas stove. Do you see how it says natural gas? Yeah, they just want to put a little warning sticker on your stove so that you know that it actually means methane gas. Yeah, the one making the world warmer. Listen, how did you feel about your speech? Oh, I thought it was unique, just like everyone's family is unique and everyone's choices are unique. Catch a bubble. It is important to be kind, even when someone thinks differently than you do. Telling the girls that they've been told diabolical lies on their special day is not kind, friend.
This woman makes me wish I was deaf.
Is it that bad?
Yes.
What do you hate about her?
It's just extremely patronizing. And if she talks to children in that manner, I'm sorry for her children.
Staying in your lane means minding your own beeswax and focusing on what you're doing. Did someone need help kicking? Okay, so Harrison needs to worry about Harrison. Leave Isabel alone. How would you feel if someone always decided what you should do? Okay, well, it's important that the girls decide for themselves, just like you want to decide for yourself, because everyone's the boss of their own body, even the girls. Wow, that was a super inside thought. Let's hold that in our brain forever and ever. Got it? Oh, I'm glad you're not afraid of being disliked. Today was a party to celebrate your friends and their accomplishments, but let's leave Taylor out of it. Let's leave all the girls out of it.
I like how she calls them inside thoughts. Like if you have any objection or problem with what this country's becoming and the complete the decay of the moral fabric of this country, how things are being run, any kind of issue, it's just an inside thought that needs to be repressed.
And there are men out there who will marry this woman.
I know, right? With like no self-respect.
Yep.
It's so weird to see the regime just like openly come out in defense of liberal white women. You know, just like they're now like unabashedly saying like, we're the white liberal woman party. The party of Karens, basically, is what this has become. Because this isn't the only video. There's more. This is a different woman, but it's like in the same vein.
Just letting everyone know, the liberal white ladies have been activated. Pantsuit Nation has awoken from its slumber. I just called my mom on my way home from work, as I do every day at the same time, and there's another voice in the background, and I was like, who are you talking to? And she says, I actually can't talk right now. I'm on the White Women for Kamala call. Glennon Doyle, Melton, and Pink are here. We raised $1 million in the last 30 minutes. Gotta go. And hung up on me. So, brace yourselves.
These people are insufferable.
And because white women know truly the struggles of the minorities that they're trying so hard to represent and fight for.
That's sarcasm, obviously.
Obviously.
We got a new term here, too, which is Pantsuit Nation. They're now a class of people out there. They've been conditioned into idolizing Hillary Clinton. This is awful. She is like literally the original like neoliberal girl boss, basically. So it kind of makes sense that this has come full circle. You know, it's reared its head again.
And if the Democratic Party had any sense at all, they would know that running a candidate similar to Hillary Clinton is going to be extremely ineffective because that is who Trump be in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, well, the big question is, will there zillions and zillions of dollars and the amount of brainwashing that's gone on, like, are there enough women in this country, like your sister and your mother, who are going to show up in key areas to push the needle on this?
I don't think so. I think our economy sucks too much.
That's true. And really, it's not that Kamala is in and of herself
She's
a
not
threat.
inspiring enough either.
Yeah, I don't think Kamala on her own, obviously, has any chance at winning.
For her to win, she would have to, like, unequivocally have all the support of all women, and there's still going to be it's probably going to be just like how the politics have been in the country, 50-50. You know, 50% of the women will vote for her and 50% will vote for Trump.
Well, over 50% of white women, at least, voted for Trump in the last election. But it really matters more who Kamala's vice president is, because there's a guy who is currently the governor of Pennsylvania who's being considered, and he has actually very high approval ratings in Pennsylvania right now, mostly because he just hasn't done anything, so he hasn't even screwed the state up enough for people to hate him. So if she chooses him, she may actually win Pennsylvania, and then it kind of becomes threatening.
Yeah, but that's just one swing state.
That's true. That's also true.
Y'all, we broke the internet, literally. There are over 100,000 white women for Harris on a Zoom call right now.
First off, are we even sure this is a woman?
Ouch.
And we literally broke the internet. Like, Pink is on there, Glennon Doyle is on there, Andrea Gibson is on there, Annie Andrews from South Carolina is on there. So many amazing women and thinkers and leaders are on there. And y'all, it's like, we broke it. Like, the Zoom is down. There are so many women. So it just goes to show that this is really happening. We're coming online. We also broke the donation link because so many people were trying to give money to support President Harris. It is so exciting. It is really happening.
And somehow using Pink's support as a flex. Who gives a flying crap about Pink anymore?
This is a message for every single person who looks like me, specifically white women. It's time. This is no longer about politics, and you get to right your wrongs of 2016 when you didn't put a woman in the White House who was overly qualified. Now's your chance. You did not stand behind Black women, people of color, immigrant families, differently abled people, none of them. You said, I matter more than you in 2016. Not anymore. You have the chance to again put an overly qualified person in a seat that they absolutely deserve because they are willing to go to bat for you and everyone around you. This is no longer about red versus blue. This is our lives that we are playing with. And the piece that you have control over is who you vote for in November. You need to find a spine to stand up against the white men in your life who are telling you who should be your president. This is not the last thing that I will say on this topic. Obviously, it's just the first, and this is the earliest that I could get online to be able to post this TikTok. But I am so ready because I know for a fact that I would rather live in a season of Veep than a season of Handmaid's Tale.
It's literally Handmaid's Tale if Trump wins.
I don't think this woman has to worry about someone wanting to get her pregnant.
Yeah, she's kind of frumpy.
Well, it's not just that. Her opinions are completely annoying, and annoying to probably anyone who actually is a person of color, with her saying people don't support people of color by voting for Trump, which completely discredits anyone of color who votes for Trump.
I know, right?
But she knows what's best for everyone, because of course, she's white, female, and liberal.
And of course, this video would not be complete if we did not show Megan Thee Stallion doing a dance at the Kamala rally. But it would appear that a lot of the turnout at this concert was here specifically for Megan Thee Stallion. In fact, it appears that more than most of the attendees came for the rapper rather than Kamala. You can see a video here of the stands emptying as soon as Megan Thee Stallion leaves. They really are like pulling out all the stops to get all this like celebrity support, throwing all their weight behind Kamala to try to make this work. This is actually not a show of strength, but rather a show of incredible desperation on their part. And it's reminiscent of She-Hulk twerking, of course. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. We need to keep Karens out of the White House. We need to keep boss babes out of the White House. We need to keep so-called strong women out of the White House because they are not in fact strong. They are desperately trying to control you and are willing to try and treat you like some sort of petulant child to gain authority, for which they have absolutely no legitimacy. Anyway, Red Channels will catch you in the next one.